Okay, so we're impromptu right now. I believe we are recording.
We're
I see.
recording.
Okay, now here's the thing. Homeboy broke down the 8 movies of Quentin Tarantino. We've been wanting to do this thing. We have not yet done it. So I know my number one Quentin Tarantino movie. You know, where he wrote, shot, directed. I mean, he everything in it. You know what he considers his 8 movies. I know my number one. Kyle knows his number one. We'll reveal this later on when we've done our other 8. I'm sorry, excuse me, our other 7. I've been drinking, which is why this is good. Kyle, on the count of 3, what's your number one Quentin Tarantino film that he's ever done? 1, 2, 3. Django Unchained. So
Pulp Fiction.
Django Unchained.
Whoa, we're gonna debate this.
We will have to fucking debate this a little bit. I'm almost angry. I don't know if we could be friends ever again.
Oh, yeah.
Except for the fact that we're best
and
fucking
this is what
friends.
is yeah, absolutely. And this is what's great about debates. And this is what's great about what Tarantino said. He didn't make movies to bring people together. He made movies to tear them apart.
I love it. Okay, yeah, like the Beatles and Elvis thing.
Yeah,
What I gotta notice though, a complete observation just off the snap knee-jerk judgment, is the fact that you picked his second movie from the first, and I picked his second movie from the last. And that is totally impromptu.
Interesting.
Think about it. You're Pulp Fiction, I'm Django Unchained. Yeah. And as I'm hearing this, I'm thinking how it sounds contrived, but it is not. I'm just like Django Unchained. I mean, for me, from scoring to casting to writing, dialogue, plot. I mean, he does a lot of fucking revenge movies. Let's not fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna give it all to my. Talk to me, brother.
I would say, hold on. You keep.
Let me scoot. Keep it intimate, bitches.
You gotta tuck in. Make sure you gotta watch your angle. We can edit all that.
You're right.
Okay, with Django Unchained, one of the greatest shootouts ever. Just reviewed it the other day and was like, my goodness, I can't believe the stunts and how. Anyway, towards the end,
okay.
Some of the greatest stuff. Well told story. That was fantastic. I loved it. I mean, if we're talking about the 8,
didn't we both? Yeah.
8 films that this man has done, but to me, Pulp Fiction, the way the story was told, the way it was iconic, the way it broke through, the way it changed the game, the way the story is told out of order, no one has even come near duplicating that.
Okay.
Ever.
Side note: it is also a revenge flick if you take the time to just like pay extra little attention. It's all revenge. Every story is sort of revengey, if that's a real word.
It is, and where we could spin up this from to a little bit of debate we've talked about and chatted about as far as like we see the same dialogues popping up, the same monologues popping up, and
not so much in the beginning as in later. As what do we just watch now? We watched a clip from True Romance.
Hateful Eight.
Recently, True Romance though. To where you can watch Quentin Tarantino and you see his writing in the eyes of a different director, and you can see the difference, the contrast between characters.
That's a good point.
As where it is arguable, me as being a fucking prick, especially when I'm drunk, thinking about Quentin Tarantino movies losing their edge, is that when you watch it being described by a different director in True Love, which is written by Quentin Tarantino, you can see the difference. You see the character's difference as where in, let's say, take it to his latest piece of work, The Hateful Eight, which might rank low on my... I like the movie, but it's going to probably rank lower than Django Unchained. It's my number one. You can see, in contrast, where in in Hateful Eight, all the characters sound the same. It's like it's the same mind embodied by different ethnic groups and different, sexual genders, or I don't know what you call it these days. I don't want to hurt nobody, but fuck you, whatever you want to call yourself.
Same speech patterns, same flow,
right.
Dynamics.
As where before it was like these witty characters within a regular world, and now it was like.
I get that. It's okay. No, it's a good example because in Django Unchained, it's like every character is like cool in essence, or has these cool moments, or tries to personify cool. And I mean,
they got the little suave going on.
I don't want to be critical, but when you get down to the stagecoach girl, just to me that part in
Which
Hateful,
one?
in Hateful Eight.
Susie Six Horses or whatever her name was.
I just thought it was. Well, it doesn't matter what I thought it was. It just pretty much carries on to that. Like every character has to be this dynamic force instead of someone who's just a supporting type. Like that character had to own the stage. And it was almost like a two-step of like trying to one-up another actor.
I think I hear you talking on that one.
That's how I felt.
I think I do hear you talking. Because the thing is, okay, think about that same little Australian girl.
There you go.
The same little Australian girl when she came out in Death Proof. Which I'm not going to say what number it came out for me on that one. But on Death Proof, I think she did a great job on Death Proof. I think she was great as an actress playing a stunt woman. She was believable. I think she came through with great fucking ferocity when they beat that motherfucker to death. That was cool. He's a fucking killer. What do you want from me? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a man hater. I'm a man. I love fucking...
Anytime you end a movie on a roundhouse kick, taking someone's head off.
It wasn't even a roundhouse. It was like this fucking... chop fucking... You know what I'm saying about? Where it was like all... Like... What your foot extends like 3 feet above your head. She dropped it all the way on fucking Kurt Russell's face.
Right. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Okay.
That was cool.
Oh, I was thinking something I wrote.
Yeah.
Where it ends like that.
Yeah, it gets that way, right? It gets that way.
So you're saying Death Proof would be pretty good on your list?
It's on there somewhere. I don't want to discuss where it's at,
No,
but
it's okay,
what was the comparison I wanted to compare it to?
I do not know.
I don't know. We're going to rewind this tape. We'll figure it out. Editing, heavy.
So,
editing.
number one, I would go Pulp Fiction.
Django Unchained.
Django Unchained.
Probably because my ethnic fucking background.
And just to throw a little fuel into the fire, Django Unchained ranks number 7 on my list.
Oh, that's the fucking. You know what? I'm gonna cross racial boundary. That's the white man in him coming out, and in some way, he just
that N-word scared me. I swear.
You're gonna push it back, like in some way. If I like this.
No, in all honesty, like, and when you'll see when I drop my whole list. But
people are thinking like, if I go
in a list of 8,
they got me.
And Django Unchained is my 7th. I'm telling you, that's how good and damn good the next 6 are.
I would
because I have much respect for Django Unchained and Death Proof, which is number 8.
And call it 7. I don't know. I think that might show some sort of undertones of racial tension from Kyle that he's not been able to express verbally. That's just me. I could be lying, or I could be trying to hope that people identify with me. I don't know.
I'm just mad at Leo. That's what it is.
Okay, that was shit. We'll edit that whole part out. But still, dude, I can't believe that. Honestly, I think that this would be our first point of contention as 2 creative artists where I'm like personally offended that Django is ranked 7 on the list of a cinephile as myself, who I truly respect. I can't see it. I need explanations. I don't know if you do, but I fucking do.
I almost changed it too to my number 6. I even wrote arrows.
Oh yeah!
But then
throw me a bone.
I crossed out the arrows. I'll show you my list.
Throw me a bone.
I even crossed out the arrows, but
okay.
No, but I loved it. Trust me, it was tough. It was tough.
You know,
to place it down there.
When I hear you saying
it was tough,
Pulp Fiction as your number 1 pick for Tarantino's work, I'm like, that makes sense. Makes sense. It's like great.
In what way?
In that it's a great piece of work. It's in his early career. It makes sense in that it's his early career. He hadn't really. He created a genre unto himself, but he wasn't a shtick yet. He wasn't a what do you call it? A catchphrase. He wasn't a genre unto himself.
Yeah.
Necessarily. And so I see that because he mixed all of them. As where, I don't know. You ruined it. That's the white man devil plan. But I'm sorry.
Just the way the story was told to me. I was left with like.
It's beautiful, but what threw me off was that thinking that Django ranks 7. It throws a different skew on the idea of Pulp Fiction being first. Like Pulp Fiction is first makes sense. I get it. It's fucking beautiful. It's all over the place. It's very Tarantino. You saw throughout the 90s and early 2000s people trying to replicate that, and I get it. But to rank Django as 7th is almost like you want to fucking shove some popcorn in Quentin's face. I don't know.
And maybe I do.
Okay, what's your second one? I don't have
No,
my
let's do it.
I don't have my second pick, but if I had to like throw it off the top of my head, I'm gonna pick it, and we're gonna count it off at 1, 2, 3. Reservoir
Bill.
Dogs, motherfucker.
Kill Bill.
Okay, so your number 1 is.
Pulp Fiction.
Number 2 is.
Kill Bill.
My number 1 is Django Unchained.
Number
and
2,
Reservoir Dogs.
Which are 2 great picks. No, I highly respect that. Last night when I watched Django Unchained, why am I going back on that? I guess I feel bad.
I'll take any kind of hero I can get.
No, when I watched it, because I made this just 3 days ago, and I went back and I watched Django Unchained, and I was gonna cross it out, move it up, and then I did, and I was like, no, I'm not going back on my list. But as I watched it, I thought, damn, because it was so damn good, and it is. I loved it from another point of view when I watched it the second time this week.
Do other parts drag out more than others in his other movies? Yes. Continue, please.
Yeah. Okay. So, on that note, as much as I would place it down there, you'll see when you hear the list of what I have above it and why. But Kill Bill to me, that story, and to me, it doesn't. I don't care how long it is. There's some other movies in history that were very long.
Well, let me ask you, what do you rank? Okay, if you when you say Kill Bill, I haven't heard you reference Volume 1 or 2 even once.
I call Kill Bill as one movie.
That was my next question. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't put those on a rank.
As I would argue
that's one movie. He shot it like that. The Weinsteins knew it was one, and you can watch
forced.
it. It's just cut in half. That's all it is.
Truly.
It's and he did that in such a way that anything and everything under the sun that can be done artistically and just beautifully attributed to cinema of the samurai. Oh my gosh.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, okay.
He pulled out so many stops. And again, I'm not saying he created anything, but
I think he created his own genre,
well, he gave homage. The way he gives homage, he creates.
In giving his...
He creates his own.
Correct. I agree 100%, brother.
What he did in this film, I'm just saying, as a storyteller, when I watched this film, I judge it on, God, I wish I could have done that. I would have done... The way he lit, the way things were changed. I know we bring a DP into that mix, but I know his vision is... And when he switches from one scene to another fight scene and you're changing the colors and the dynamics and the scenery. I feel like I've just watched 3 different.
He was almost absurd with the lighting in Kill Bill. I will fucking hand that to. Yeah.
It was just. And then you go out to the snow scene. From the 88 all the way to the snow scene.
Right, he took you all over the world.
And the blue imprinted scene with the background where they're fighting in shadows.
Sure.
Just like.
Anyway,
that to me was just artistically and the way the story is, and again, a wonderful revenge story to just wondering, even at the end,
even though revenge, that's like fucking hate masturbation, dude.
And even though you know that she's going to somehow win, because
you don't know. I didn't know that because
I just thought about this point. There's just no way in the world that he could love a character this much and have to go through all that.
But along with that, this is why I think where your mind is a particular way because you view it as one movie. For me, watching it as 2 movies, just not knee-jerk reaction, is where Volume 1, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I truly did, but it lacked believability. And when I watched Volume 2, it gave credence, it gave believability to Volume 1. And so to me, it was really a completion of the entire film. I was like, oh, no, she can pluck your eye out, bitch. She can fuck you up. She spent 3 years up in a mountain with some Chinese fool speaking Cantonese. This is a real motherfucker. So it brought to me it was like Godfather, where Part 2 was better than Part 1 and actually encapsulated the entire thing.
Part 2s are always the best. Empire Strikes Back.
But I respect your position because you view them as one. But I would hope you would also kind of like see that in mine where I can kind of like minutely see like, wow, there's a huge chasm between the two as where one is fantastical. In my humble opinion.
I would do that too because if I had to rank them and that was in another film, I would have the second part up very high and the first part low.
I hear you talking, brother.
As one story as that he had to tell because no one wants to go to a
I hear you
5-hour,
talking.
6-hour movie.
Yes. Yeah, okay, so
And they didn't want to do it back to back because, again, Weinstein's in those.
right
Okay.
now, I would argue that would have been nice. That could have been really well. In as much as if you have upper class like attendance, as where now you're seeing like almost like a gastropub in a fucking theater where you can, little fucking, what do you call that? iPad your shit in and say, yeah, bring me a popcorn, a whiskey sour, and a martini dry. And they're doing that. I think in this new genre, to play a double feature where you're sitting lax back with your feet up like a fucking champion, it makes sense. And I think Quentin was ahead of his time.
Absolutely was.
And behind his time, and as much as being like classical, but it's like classical's coming back, baby boy. You know what I mean?
And a little bit of wishful
Talk to
thinking.
me. Go ahead.
A little bit of wishful thinking.
Okay,
In the sense of
I'll
there's an
take
era
that.
that he loves that is dead.
On my part or his part or both?
And what?
Wishful thinking.
On his part, not on your part. I think you're pegging it.
Okay.
No, wishful
Let's
thinking.
take that.
No, I'm saying,
Okay.
but no, wishful thinking on his part of thinking that it could be a double feature, just like Planet Terror and all that.
Yes,
that,
take it.
it
Ain't been
it
done
didn't work.
20 fucking years.
And
Takes balls.
And that's movie theater. That's 70s movie theater, which is genre. He's a hardcore 70s freak, man. It's just
You
he
ain't
can't
lying.
let go of that.
Talk
But
to
we're
him.
not into
Talk
a
to
world
him.
now that's going to accept a double feature because, for one thing, the world's going back to a damn. This is what we're gonna watch movies on right here. This.
Ain't that the way it goes?
Theaters are closing down. So
Ain't nobody lying to you.
that's
Listen
why
up.
Homeboy's only making 10 films because film is. We're not even
He's on the
watching
way
the
out.
film
But
anymore.
you know what? I think his last, custard stand. Hey, natives in the house. I'm sorry, I don't mean it like
Natives.
that. But native brothers in the house. The idea of his still trying to throw out the 70mm Panavision. I love it. Bring it back, big dog.
Oh,
shit.
no.
Film noir ain't gone
Oh.
nowhere. We're still here. The idea of keeping 70mm Panavision, I love it. I say native brothers in the house,
Oh,
bitch.
I'm all
You know what I
aboard.
mean?
Like it's like,
Let's
oh,
do it.
Oh, I'm going. You digging the most? No,
You know what they call a Panavision in France? A Panavision, bitch, because it's an American word. Maybe. I don't know. I'm high.
but
I could be wrong.
look, wishful thinking. I'm saying on his part, but I'm down with everything that. I mean, the guy's a master. Enough of
He gets down.
enough
He
of
gets
that
down.
bullshit on praising his ego. Okay,
Yeah,
so
fuck all that.
no,
Yeah.
let's. Okay, so we did number 2.
Did we? Okay, number 3.
Number 3. So you're number 1.
Give me this much on camera, and as much as I haven't prepared mine, this is like knee jerk.
Oh yeah.
So maybe it's coming from the heart. That's
Fantastic.
cool. I'm gonna stand by it. I ain't gonna back down. I'll kick you.
No.
But so we're at my number
I love your
one.
choices.
For number 1 is
Django
Django Unchained. You are.
I'm at Pulp Fiction,
I am at Reservoir Dogs.
Dogs.
You are at.
Kill Bill, and our number 3 on the count of
Let
3.
me think. Give me 15 seconds.
I'll give you 15 seconds. Listen to
Okay, I got mine.
All right.
You ready?
count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
Reservoir
Inglorious Bastards. There you go.
So we're close. Yeah.
We're building our rhythm.
Reservoir
I
Dogs
hope.
is your 2. Reservoir Dogs is my 3.
Inglorious
Again,
Bastards around here.
and Pulp Fiction and fantastic because you'll see why coming up. Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, Reservoir Dogs. Look.
Oh, I could cheat. I see his fucking list.
Oh no, you can't see what it is.
He
Yeah.
put his mouse over it, but
Yeah.
I could have.
You could've
If
saw
I
my
was like
list.
aggressive with it. But it would take multiple elbows. This fool knows like tactics and shit. He's like, I think a purple
It's
belt.
inside stuff. It's inside
Yeah.
Bruce Lee stuff.
It's pretty bad, yeah. It hurts. You see that broken nose right there? Yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
Okay, so Reservoir Dogs. Look, a lot of people.
Three!
A lot
His
of people.
number 3 film.
A lot of people pick this as his number 1. A lot of people pick
I could
Reservoir
see
Dogs
that.
as
I
number
believe
1.
it was my
What's
number
your
two.
Yeah.
Sure.
The
sure.
reason why I don't, because I just think Pulp Fiction is just a slight above it for 1. But now bear with me on this. If he had a budget that was like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs would be like Pulp Fiction.
What? I disagree 1,000%. This is like a video
no.
unto itself.
Absolutely no. We'll debate on this. We'll debate on this. It it would be Reservoir Dogs and not Reservoir Dogs, because with a budget like that, it takes away from what he had to do with the minuscule with a tiny budget to make it. And that's what is the big impact of the independent film and of his story, which first set the precedent. That's why Reservoir Dogs was so huge. No one even heard dialogue like this. The opening talking to in the waitress.
Aside from my best friend's birthday, because the dialogue was there, no one knows about it, but
Absolutely.
it was there.
Good call.
And we see it again in Pulp Fiction. Continue, please.
So within this, and then with the again going back to the 90s when there wasn't any big time violence, Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction just jumped the gun on violence, and being able to be a violent movie without being we're just
even though the majority of the violence is off screen. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Boom.
So someone actually told this brother what's going on out there. Again, ahead of the time, and everybody jumped on board. But Reservoir Dogs, it to me, that's why.
By the way, that cool door back there, we painted that just for this scene. That took a long fucking time. Yeah. It really did. And the fumes are still getting to me. I thought it was just the brandy. It's probably not.
No, it's just the fumes.
Cool. I'm going to urinate several times.
So Reservoir Dogs. So I don't know. It's just...
All right, so where we at? If you're more
Pulp
coherent...
Fiction, Kill Bill.
Thank you.
Reservoir Dogs. You're at Django Unchained, Reservoir Dogs, and Inglourious Basterds.
Boom!
Okay.
You heard the man.
So, number 4.
Oh, shit. I'm going to pull someone out of my ass, too. Give me a couple of seconds.
Here's his in order.
Okay. I think I know where I'm going from here. I think I know where I'm going because we're stopping from like our favorites onto, and then from, correct?
Yeah, our favorites. Yeah.
As opposed to most people do their top 10, we do our favorites from 1 to 10.
Yeah, we go
or 1 to 8 because it's Quentin. Fuck you.
Absolutely. Christopher Nolan will go 8 to 1.
Well, we're moving our way because and that's only as a shout out to Memento.
Yeah. Oh god.
So we go backwards.
Yeah. See?
So fuck you sideways.
Bam.
All right.
Oh. So so now you're number 4.
Let me take a quick look.
Take a quick
respectfully
look.
So.
I'll give you your 15 seconds. Oh, we listen to the Trash Man on the move.
Why not? Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. On the count of 3, we will say our number 4. 1, 2, 3. Inglourious Bastards. Okay. So we're grouped up there.
And I'm gonna say it's true. The influence of the white man upon the brown man has been not only nostalgically but historically present. And I'm gonna go ahead and place my view in the. I was trying to go racist, didn't work. Now I feel like I pulled the race card. Literally, I'm about to pull my Chippewa Falls fucking native card out. What I meant to say was, when I didn't sound like a crybaby, was that I'm gonna agree with Kyle on this one as far as viewing Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 together as a collective. So it's just a great movie overall, and I'm placing it at my number.
You're placing number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah, number 4.
And I almost feel ashamed for placing it at number 4 because like just to put that number with Kill Bill as a whole collectively seems offensive almost. Like I might get smoked by this fucking guy. You know what I mean?
No, that's how good. That's what we're dealing with, man. We're talking with 8 choice.
Thank you, because this is like pressure, dog.
It is, dude. It's not like
I need a brandy.
It's 8 choice films. I mean, I almost want to take a pause on this, but we'll
can we do that?
You just take a pause.
I'm gonna urinate. I'm gonna drink.
We'll take a pause. Come back to this.
Native Brothers, bitch.